Right, Paul, take it away whenever you're ready.
Hey, this is the Maynard Zoning Board of Appeals. It is 7 o'clock, 7:03 p.m. on December 22nd, 2025. We have two uh, appeal cases in front of us tonight. So let me do introductions. I'm Paul Shiner, the chair. John, you want to say hello?
John Corville, board member.
Jerry,
Yep, Jerry Colbert, board member.
Leslie,
Leslie Bryant, board member.
and we have a new member here, Lori.
Hello, Lori Cahalan Pechar, alternate.
So how many folks for a vote? Bill, do you remember? Bill, wake up. You're sleeping.
No, no, no. We need to have if we only have four voting members, I think we have five.
We have five with Lori as the alternate.
Then we can have four. We need four affirmatives,
All right.
and I will.
Thank you. I can never keep all these numbers straight. So the first public hearing is 5 Grant Street. The application filed by Elisa Jane Bemis for the property located at 5 Grant Street, Maynard. It's a pre-existing non-conforming single-family dwelling on a non-conforming lot in general residence zoning district. Subject is non-conforming due to insufficient front setback, 25 feet required, and they only have 13.9 feet. And an east side setback, 15 feet required and 11.6 feet provided. This lot is also non-conforming due to insufficient frontage, required of 75 feet, but they only have 55 feet. The lot width, 70 feet required, and they only have 55 feet. And the lot area, 7,000 square feet required, and they only have 4,675. Special permit is required under section 4.1 of the zoning bylaws for a proposed deck that would extend but not exacerbate the pre-existing non-conforming east side setback. 15 feet required, 11.6 feet provided.
I just want to
So,
note for the record that that should be the west side setback. That was an error on my part, but it's corrected in the staff report.
thank you.
Yep.
So the petitioner, please.
Hi, I'm Eliza.
So tell me what it is you want and what we have to do to approve it.
So what we would like to do is just extend, put a deck off the back side of our house, just in line with the current existing line of the house. And we need a special permit in order to do that.
Do you have maps?
I do. They should have been sent. I think Zoe had them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sharing my screen here, but the materials are also attached to the online agenda. Um, there is a proposed addition in addition to the deck, but the proposed addition would not the proposed addition has no impact on the setback nonconformity. So the special permit refers only to the proposed deck.
Okay. I was confused about that. I did not understand that from.
Oh, same here. Okay, only the deck.
And so the the issue here is this setback, 11.6 feet, is insufficient, and the deck would extend that, and I guess it would bite into it by a couple of inches, but not appreciably so.
Okay, and so the presence of that proposed addition has no impact on building coverage or lot area or anything like that, right?
Not according to the building commissioner.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about the bright purple square, only the little dotted line or the stairway and box.
Correct. This orange rectangle.
And that is because of the two little circled numbers you have there.
That is correct.
And so according to the notes that you have here, adverse effects of the proposed use not outweigh its beneficial impacts to the town or neighborhood, social, economic, community needs, traffic, public services, neighborhood character, environment, and fiscal impact. Is that the one we're looking at now?
Let me just clear the annotations here. On my screen, I have the plans, but
Yeah.
in addition, the package included.
I was just looking at your staff report.
Yes. Those are the those relate to the justification statement made by the applicants.
Okay.
And those are just in the staff report, just refer you to the standard legal standard for a special permit.
Okay. So question for the applicant here, we're talking a deck. Is this near ground level or elevated a story? What is the height of this deck off the ground?
It would be elevated where our lot does slope. It is not elevated a full story above, though. I think I sent Zoe some pictures of, yeah, she's got them, of what it might look like. So you can see, yep, yeah, right there. You can see that it would be elevated slightly as our lot does slope away. So currently we have like a walk-in basement, but it's not like a full story tall.
Okay. John, any questions?
That diagram just answered my questions.
Excellent. Jerry?
No, I'm good. I had not looked at this diagram and I agree with John. This has helped me make my decision. I'm good so far.
Leslie?
I'm fine with it.
Okay, Lori? Did we lose her? Lori, are you still there?
Oh, hang on. I think we've got Jackie in the waiting room here. She's arriving a bit late. Yeah, I think I'm not sure what happened to Lori. I think her connection may have been interrupted, but let's see. Here comes Jackie. Was there anything else to the plans that anyone wanted to see while I have my screen here?
No, I think this answers a lot, seeing this
Okay.
diagram here.
All right, good.
So are we good yet? Have you got everybody on board?
Bill can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe that that there are sufficient votes even without Lori here to make a finding on this application. Bill, is that correct?
I see Jackie, so I think it's Jackie, can you hear us?
But I think Jackie wasn't here for the she came in a bit late, and I let her in from the waiting room. But we can also backtrack if we need to go over the elements of the application.
Yes, I think the key is to ensure that we've covered the criteria for the special permit request, and I think if Jackie has any questions, she can ask, but in the meantime, we could also review any of the highlights from the previous request.
I'm going to just jump back to the diagram of the lot, just for
I think the
everybody's benefit.
lot does.
Lori's coming back. Wait a minute.
Poor Lori, her first meeting, and she got, but I think, all right, you can decide with Lori there. I think she's,
Yeah.
and you got a full batting cage there.
All right.
We need to hear from any neighbors.
Yeah,
or-
we're not that far yet. I just
Yeah.
wanted to get questions and so forth from the board members. And
Lori,
I was asking for you and you disappeared on us. So do you have any questions on this applicant's application?
I don't. I feel like I missed the discussion. My computer just decided to reboot itself and I just got back in. So I unfortunately missed everything, but it seemed pretty clear cut to me just from what I saw on the agenda. And I did a Google search, map of the area. And I mean, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
I'm just going to jump back to show the diagram again, which just to reiterate that the proposal would only require special permit approval with respect to the deck on this side of the property because of the extension of the nonconformity on the west side of the lot.
Okay. So the next question I have, is there anybody in attendance that wishes to speak in favor of this application? Is there anybody in attendance that is opposed to this application and wants to tell us why?
No.
And so with that, any further comments from the applicant? Do we have all the information we need?
I think so. I just have a question. I think I'm confused on which direction. This is our front door faces north-ish. So we're talking about, I thought we were talking about the east side, but Zoe has corrected me and saying that's actually the west side of my house. I just want to make sure that we're talking about the right side.
Where's the sun?
That's
It's
what
you
gone
know
for the
what?
night.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm getting things confused here. Yes, it is the west side because in this plan, the north arrow is pointing the opposite direction. So,
That
I
would be
think
the east side that you're talking about, or this.
Yeah.
so. Okay, I think I got a bit confused when I was looking at the plan view and looking at it as plan west versus directional west.
Got it.
But I think as long as what's being proposed is understood with respect to these plans, as
Sure.
long as the board is comfortable with what they're being asked to find, we'll make sure that whatever comes out on the final record is accurate.
Sounds great. Thank you.
All right, so I heard nobody wanting to speak in favor and nobody wanting to speak in opposition. Is that true?
No, we have two people with their hands raised, but
Oh, please.
I think you didn't see them. Yep.
I did not see them. Thank you. So I see a Deb R with a hand raised. You're there you go. Thanks.
Yes. Am I unmuted now?
Now you're fine.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm a neighbor across the street from 5 Grant Street, and I don't find any issues with having the deck put on the back of the house. I think it would add to their livelihood over there, and it would fall in line with a lot of the other homes in the area.
Great.
So I have no problems at all with it.
Excellent. And you said there was another comment out there?
Yes.
Peg, is that you?
Yes, it's me, 4 Grant Street. We are in favor of this application. It is a very tiny house for a growing family. The addition won't show from the street, and they, I believe, are pretty desperate for a little bit of extra space there. So I would support this project.
Thank you. Anyone else wanting to speak in favor? Emily?
I'm a neighbor, 2 doors down. I'm at 1 Grant Street, and our family very wholeheartedly supports this addition. It'll only increase property value. It's going to look beautiful for the size of the house, the construction of the house. Sorry, I have a 3.5-year-old running it. But our whole family, including a little 3.5-year-old, fully supports the addition.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? So we had 3 folks supporting this application and no one speaking in opposition. Is that true?
Yes.
True.
Okay, we're moving forward. Yay. So I'd like to close the public comment period and go into deliberation. Board members, any comments?
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it too.
I'm good with it, Paul.
All right, somebody want to make a motion?
I'll try. I make a motion to grant a special permit to build a deck, which will extend the existing nonconformity at 5 Grant Street, Maynard. Given that it does not exacerbate the existing nonconformity. And then there's some other things like doesn't have a negative financial impact on the town or negatively affect the neighborhood. And then I don't remember the other things.
All right, I think what you're trying to get at is the determination shall include consideration of each of the following. Social, economic, community needs, traffic and parking, public services, neighborhood character, impact the environment, and any fiscal impact. So yes. I think what you're saying is you considered them.
Yes, and I find that there is no issue with any of those.
Excellent. So do we get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. So since we're remote, we should do a roll call. John?
Yes.
Laurie?
Yes.
Jerry?
Yes.
Leslie?
Yes.
Yes.
Jackie? And I'll be a yes as well. And so with that, the motion carries. And now I give it to town staff.
There is now, we will contact you shortly because a decision will be drafted, and then there will be a 20-day appeal period that's required by law. After that has elapsed, then you will be able to, we'll ask you to have the decision recorded at the Registry of Deeds. And at that point, you'll be able to apply for the building permit, and you can move forward with that with Rick as where you started the process. You'll be able to pick up where you left off. And I appreciate your patience throughout the entire process.
Thank you all so much. This is wonderful. Thank
All
you.
right, we'll be in touch. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you all.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is 6 Geyer Road. The application by Alexandria Carlson for the property at 6 Geyer. Single-family dwelling located within a single-family residential zoning district 1. Petitioner is requesting a variance per section 4 and 514 to increase the total coverage above the maximum allowable of 15% for the S1 district to allow for an addition on the rear of the home to create a new nonconformity of the rear deck. 36 feet current versus 18 feet proposed on the setback. So the petitioner, please.
Hi there, my name's Alexandria Carlson. I may also have a toddler running around, so I apologize in advance for that. So we're trying to add a little bit of space to our home so that we can stay here and have it accommodate our growing family. We have a 2-year-old, and I'm also just over halfway through another pregnancy. We're trying to add a second bathroom. Right now we have one bathroom, and with a growing family, that would be really important to us. I also work from home, and currently, to make space for our children, I'm working in the dining room. So having a space that is set apart for my largely client-facing role would be really helpful, and then just a bit more living space. So those are the three things that would be accomplished with the addition. I bought the house in 2018, and we've come to really love the neighborhood that we're in. So we'd rather stay than purchasing a larger home with a lot of other expenses. It's also not fiscally possible for us. We tried a lot this summer to see if that was a good option for us, and it wasn't. So we're here hoping that an addition to our home would make it kind of achieve those goals that I talked about.
Zoe, can you put up the diagram?
Yes, 1 second. Let me just close out the other ones. Okay, confused. Okay. Okay. So now one thing that I have to clarify here, which is not shown on these plans, is the presence of a shed, which we learned about after these have been submitted.
It's not permitted, or it wasn't permitted back with previous owners because it's just under the 200 square feet that's required to be permitted.
So that's, I just drew in approximately where it is and the size of the shed, but the proposed addition is 18 by 18 in the rear of the property. I'm sorry, in the, hang on.
Yeah, it would be the rear. The front door is facing up, if you will.
Yeah, and I just have my, when you use the pen, it takes away your ability to move anything around. Right. And then close that out.
Oh, your shed moved.
Yes, because I'm trying to scroll down. And then here's the addition, just to get a sense. It's a, it's a square. And then the, let's see. I have one screen here, so trying to see everybody and the plans at the same time. Okay. So
yeah, so the bottom left is what it would look like.
So this is a reasonably level lot?
Yes.
And the slider is on the office, yes?
It would be on that window that you're seeing to the right would be the office, and then to the left would be just extended of our current living space.
Oh, okay.
And so which part of this image is new or would be new?
So this is a rear view, so you're not necessarily looking at the jut out, but the to the left where you see the siding kind of go up into the roof, that's where the new addition would be. If you're looking at the house from the front and the back, visually you wouldn't really be able to tell much of a difference. Looking at it from the side, I guess from one side it would get a little bit deeper.
Okay.
Is there one of these pages that can show the board?
Yeah, Pat might know the answer to that a little bit better.
Like this thing with the beadboard siding, is this the addition? With the vertical siding?
Pat is my contractor, and he could probably answer that.
Hi, I'm Patrick, and yes, we were currently the bottom left screen right now is looking at their front door. The prior screen.
Yeah, so that wouldn't be any different. What you're blocking off there.
Yeah, that's just the street view.
Okay.
Yeah, that wouldn't change. I think these are current drawings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the ones that you had pulled up.
Okay, I see. All right.
So that diagram you got there now, that's showing the addition?
With the
The
roof
one on the
framing.
right here.
Yeah.
With
Yes.
the roof framing.
Okay. And the change in the setbacks are where? Going to the back of the property?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a requirement of 30 feet. Right now we have 36, and the addition would be 18. So it would leave, just for that one part, it would leave a setback of 18 feet, whereas the rest of the property would still have a setback of 30.
Okay.
I forget.
John, any questions?
Yeah, Zoe, up,
Mhm.
you scroll back up to the
Yes, yes.
that one. There you go. All right.
Yes.
So it's the 18 by 18 by 18. You said 18 feet, but I'm seeing like a 24 and a half.
Oh,
What
so
is
this,
that?
okay, so I think that something that came when this was originally calculated incorrectly. This was calculated at 46 feet, but it's actually 36. And so this calculation is not correct. In the staff report, it is correct. It would be 18. So I think that this was just because we were working from an older plot plan that had an old swimming pool on it that we had to erase and start
From the
there.
1960s.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That was the last time permitting happened for this property.
So the 30 feet from the property line to the house, is that also incorrect though?
this is the requirements. So the red is the
requirements.
requirements.
Okay.
Yeah, and it would still be 30 feet for probably 3/4 of the house. So it would just be for that addition. It would jut out and reduce the setback.
Got it. That makes sense. That answers my question.
All right.
Sure.
Anything else? Jerry?
Let me just find my unmute button. No, I'm good. I'm glad, Zoe, you qualified the difference, because I agree with John when 18 and 18 is 36, and I saw the 46. So I'm right now, technically, I'm good with it. Because you've still got, most of the back you're supposed to have, just one small
Yeah.
portion.
Okay.
That's it.
Leslie?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Lori?
I have no issues.
Jackie?
Yeah, I think it looks good. I cruised by and saw the neighborhood.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a really nice, quiet neighborhood, which is with a 2-year-old and another one on the way, them being able to, our daughter, we taught her to walk out front because there are no cars. And so we just took her walker outside instead of inside of our house where she has to kind of curve around. So it's lovely.
Now, do we have any neighbors on this?
There was one here until the unexpected visitor joined. And then it looks like she dropped off.
Oh, okay.
I'm here. I'm a neighbor.
Well,
Good.
good. I was
Hi.
going to ask if there's anybody willing to speak in favor of this application. Anybody willing to speak in favor?
I heard,
I'm not.
or I
not-
didn't see a neighbor.
We have someone. We have someone over the phone.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like Christine may have just rejoined, who is the person here to support us.
She's on mute if she wanted to say something.
Yeah, it looks like she may have just joined. So,
Hi,
Christine.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we
All right,
can.
I can't do video, but I live at 8 Guyer Road. And the Carlsons have been neighbors for a while, and they have a little girl, and they need an extension. Our houses are very small. I raised 3 children here, and I teach in the schools here, and I want to encourage young families to stay in Maynard. I think it's really good for our town. And I would love to see more little ones in our neighborhood with these very small houses. So we 100% would love to see an addition for their home. Many of the homes in the neighborhood have put additions on because the houses are quite small. So we would like to see them stay and be able to expand.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else willing to speak in favor of this application?
I'm Patrick, the builder, Paul, and if I may, I'm in full support of this, not just from a builder's perspective, but my mother lives at 25 Durant Avenue in the neighborhood, and it's the favorite room that we put on her house, if I may. She's 86 years old and gets to stay in her home, and we built an addition very similar to what the Carlsons are asking for, and it truly is. It's her favorite room of the house. She can go out there. It's 3 walls with windows that she can look out. And 86, she's doing just fine in her own home. So
All right.
that's all I have to say.
Well, thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Anyone willing to speak in opposition to this application?
Yes, I'm at 18 Amory Ave. I abut their backyard, and I'm afraid with it being so close to the lot line, 18 feet, if I ever went to sell my property, it's going to end up hurting the value of that. I've seen other houses that they've gone right up on by the lines of lot lines, and then they've gone higher with them at a later point in time. And it's just, they look like an albatross. They don't belong at that point with going up. They wouldn't be looking properly in the area. I realize they're not doing that now, but they just want to extend it backwards. But I'm afraid for what's going to be in the future. And I think it's really going to take away from the aesthetics of the whole neighborhood, which has been that way since I was a kid delivering newspapers there. And that's my opinion on it.
All right. Did you mention your name? I didn't catch your name.
Yeah, my name is Buddy Clare. And also, where in the back is it going to be coming out?
At
they
our
wanna do it?
slider, where we currently have our slider, it would be right there.
Yeah, so it's going to be probably coming out pretty close to where the shed is, distance-wise, correct? Yeah.
Yes, it will be close,
Yeah,
about 10 feet away from the shed.
Yeah, I really, I really kind of oppose it. I understand your situation. You need more room, but I mean, we've all been through those times in our life, and I'm just afraid of what it's going to do for me down the road.
Mm-hmm. As I drove around the neighborhood, that was my concern. That's why I wanted to hear from neighbors. And I did notice some nice fences. And also I was wondering, because I did see a few additions, that property values often will go up when some of the homes are valued higher.
Yeah,
So-
and I will, Jackie, to your point, we have a 6-foot privacy fence around our entire backyard. And so I suspect that at least from 3 sides of the home, you wouldn't even see the addition, just given the flat elevation in our privacy fence. I totally respect, I really want to make sure it's clear that I respect your perspective and your concern. Our intent is to maintain the character of the neighborhood. We feel as though the additions and even original homes built in the area still aligns with their character. Just our home happens to be on a smaller lot, enabling a smaller coverage size. And so I want to be clear that my intent is not to change how the neighborhood looks, but rather just to enable us to stay here a little bit longer.
I had a friend of mine that has a house similar to our house and your house, and somebody came in and they did a similar situation. Now they've been trying to sell their house, and because this other house so much bigger has taken them nobody's even trying to buy their house at this point in time. It's been for sale now for about 2 months, which the market has been a very quick selling market. So that's why I fear that it's going to affect me down the road. I mean, we've had this house now for a while, and we've bought it for when we're ready to retire and be set, that we can move in and be in a nice, quiet, small neighborhood also, without having all kinds of traffic in the area, and that area has always been.
Yeah, so you're not living there right now, is that the case?
No, not right at the time. we're just getting ready. We're selling our business and getting ready to retire. And hopefully within the next year, we're going to be able to do what we want to do.
Understood. Yeah, and I just want to assure you, it's about 300 square feet, so it's not it's increasing the home size by I think less than 20%, around 20%. So I'm not great at off the top of the head math, but we're not trying to create one of these like mansions with multiple stories and just crazy additions that we've all seen in other areas of nearby. But I respect your opinion. I want to make that clear.
I appreciate the feedback. Any other
What
comments?
approximate?
Patrick?
If I may, Paul.
Sorry, one second. I muted him by mistake, just trying to cut down on the feedback, but I apologize for that. That wasn't intentional.
If you would like to go
What
first.
proximity is it going to be to my house?
How
I'm not
far
sure
are you
which
from the
house
lot
it
line?
is.
It's going to be what, about 16 feet from the lot line from what you're saying?
18.
18. And I'm trying to picture your house. I'm not there right now. I'm on vacation. And I'm trying to picture where the slider is.
Yeah,
And
they've got all the diagrams.
we don't have any diagrams or anything to see exactly where it would be.
I think the one
And
that Zoe was showing does have other lot numbers, if you happen to know what lot number your home is on.
Yes, are
what-
you able to see the Zoom screen right now?
No,
Okay.
I'm doing this on a telephone.
Okay.
We're number 18. 18
Okay,
Amory
18
Ave.
Amory. Okay. So
Correct. Which is right directly behind your house.
yes. So let's see. I mean, we're a little bit of a disadvantage because I have the ability to draw this stuff on the map right now, but you can't see what I could show you.
No.
No.
Would it help if
Okay,
I verbalized?
okay. Now, if you're at the back, if I'm at the back of the house, or to the left where the shed is, okay?
Yes.
Looking at that side of the house, is the addition going to start right at that corner and go all the way to the other end, or where is
No.
it going to jet out?
No.
About how far in on each side? It's going to look like almost like a T. You're going to have the big part and then a small part?
No, it's a
No.
L extending on one side of the house back 18 feet
So
in a
it's
square.
going to be L shaped. So there's going to be a big center in the section.
So it will be just like 16 Amory Ave, your next door neighbor. They have about the same addition.
Which I don't recall. See, that's the one they just put the fence up, I think, correct?
It's the one where if you're looking at your home, it's to the right.
To the right of it. Yeah, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
they have a similar jut out on the back of their home as to what we're proposing.
They still haven't. I don't know. I'm
Wait a
trying
minute.
to picture it.
Oh.
Where that addition juts out.
So it's going to be on the side of the shed, correct?
Yes.
It's going to be on the side of the shed. I'm trying to do this as a three-way conversation. It's going to be on the side of the shed if you're looking out the back door of our house, it's going to be on the left-hand side over towards where the shed is. So you'd be if you're up in the sky looking down, it's going to look like an L.
Correct.
Okay. I meant
But we have that in proximity.
in
I
prox-
don't know where the shed is.
if you're looking out your back door, the shed is on the left-hand side.
And that's where the majority of the jet out's going to
That's
be.
where the majority of the jet out's going to be on the left-hand side.
Yeah, so it's the worst part.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Okay. Is the shed going to be staying there too?
Yes. That's in the
Shed
proposal.
is- Yeah. Well, all I can do is state my opinion, and I'm sorry to say it for you, but I don't feel comfortable with it.
So if I may, I'm supposed to be the chairman of this meeting. If we look at Google Earth for this location, that proposed addition basically hits the lot line between 18 and 16 on Amory Ave.
No, it will be a 18-foot setback.
Right, but it is going, if you look at the property line between 18 and 16 Amory Ave, it seems to be targeting that lot line. So
Correct.
It would be, yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, that's a good point, Paul. It will be somewhere in between 18 and 16.
correct. So it's not fully
Right.
dominating on 18. It's halfway between 18 and
No.
16.
Correct.
Thank you.
No, because their lot line, the lots up there kind of set up kind of straight. We both have the same amount of distance on the sides, but their shed is in the corner of our backyard and their yard.
Yeah,
If I
exactly.
look at it. So therefore, it's going to be dominating, looking out my back door. I'm going to see that's where it's going to be. So therefore, it's going to be closer to my home than the other home.
Slight, ever so slightly. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
It's still
properties
there,
are
though, you know?
staggered. Mm-hmm. The
Yeah,
properties
very
are
little bit.
staggered.
Yeah. Like I say, I've been in that area for 60 years, so.
And how much extra, how much
What?
nonconformity do they want?
So you're looking for how much nonconformity?
So the
18
setback would
feet?
be 18 feet.
No.
So that's
And it's supposed to be
supposed to be
36 feet by law?
no 30.
Supposed-
So we're asking
supposed
for
to
a
be-
variance of 12 feet.
Okay. So they're looking to go back, so there'll be 30, 12 feet go back. They're going to be, so there's going to be what, 16 or 18 feet between your house and the lot line, correct?
Yes, between the lot and our current our fence, which is a 6-foot privacy fence,
Right,
which
I
is
know
also
the
the
fence,
lot
yeah.
line.
Well, yeah, right, it's on the line, because I know used to be back, I don't know how they've changed the laws. You used to have to put your fence a foot in on the lot line in case of repairs or whatever, but nobody ever seemed to do that.
I want to
anyway.
move this meeting on a little bit here. Do you have anything else to add, or is it simply that
Do you have
this?
anything else to add? Or that is so.
No, it's not conducive for us to
Okay,
agree with it.
okay. No, the only thing we have to say is just not conducive to us to agree with it. That's all. Did I lose you?
No, we're
Hello?
still here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's it. I just, like I say, I just stated my opinion, and that's what I feel is going to happen. And that's all I can say. I guess the rest is up to you guys. We we will not be happy with it, but that's it.
All right, thank you.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Can I just say one more thing? This is Christine at 8 Guyer Road. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So I've lived here for 34 years, and the house right across the street from me is a 2-story house. So that changed what the houses look like on my street. It's a wonderful family who has lived here forever. And the houses have been selling on our street like hotcakes.
Yeah.
So the fact that they had this addition on to change the layout of our street had no impact whatsoever on the houses selling on our street.
The
So I
house
guess I'm
next
not
door.
understanding.
Yeah,
They're
the house
just
next
selling
door
like
to the
hotcakes.
one. Yeah, the home next door to the one Christine is referencing sold in 3 days. It was under contract
Yeah,
in 3 days.
how long ago was that?
That
That
was
was about-
in April of this year.
Yeah.
The market's not good right now, actually. So the fact that there is not a surprise, because I'm a realtor, and right now it's not as hot as it was. But
yeah,
No, Christmas. Everybody's thinking of Santa Claus right now.
Ho, ho, ho.
yeah,
There you go.
So, Patrick, you were going to say something a while ago. Do you still have something to comment on?
Yeah, if I could just comment on the height of the ridge on the proposal, because I do understand the concern. If I were looking at it, it's going to be a very low profile roof. In builder's terms, it would be a 4-pitch, 4-inch rise over a 12-inch run. And the existing ridge of the house would actually be higher than what we're proposing to tie our addition in. And it is referenced on the drawings. So, from current grade of the property up to the ridge would be approximately less than 12 feet from current grade. So with a 6-foot fence, there really will not be much other than the A portion of the roof visible from abutters looking over that fence. And it would not be compatible for a 2-story addition in the future. So it really is just going to be a 1-story addition and nothing more.
Appreciate it. I think that ends our questions from people opposed and people in favor. Unless somebody else has another comment, I'd like to close the public hearing. So, John, any comments?
No, I'm good.
Jerry?
Nope, I'm good. It was excellent conversation, excellent back and forth, explained a lot. I'm good with that. Thank you.
Leslie?
I'm fine with it. I just am curious if there's a different configuration that that could happen that would quell some of the issues that the neighbor has, but I'm assuming not.
Yeah.
We're essentially on the up to the
Side.
the setbacks on all of the sides. So I think you'd have a similar conversation regardless of which way we talk about it. To the front, we do have a bit more of a slope, and I think that would impact the nature of the neighborhood more than putting it in the back behind our 6-foot fence.
Okay.
I can see that.
Jackie, any comments?
Nope. The visuals were very helpful.
Lori?
No comment.
Good. Now, what we have to determine, because this is a variance, owing to the circumstances, to soil conditions, shape, topography of the land or structures affecting such land or structures, but not affecting generally the zoning district, that a literal enforcement of the provisions of the bylaw would involve substantial hardship or otherwise, and that desirable relief may be granted without substantial detriment to the public good, without nullifying or that's a big word, degradating from the intent or purpose of the bylaw.
Derogating.
Thank you. That's a tough word for me this time of night. So, do we agree? Is there going to be a favorable kind of discussion? Can I get a motion?
Well, I can attempt it. I make a motion to grant a variance to allow the construction of an extension at 6 Geyer Road that would extend but not exacerbate the pre-existing non-conforming east side setback, given that what you just said.
Hold up 1 second, because we want to make sure this is right on the record, because those facts are from the previous application. This would be a variance that would exceed coverage limits on the lot, and also it would create a new nonconformity in the rear setback.
Oh, well, then I take it all back.
Insert what Zoe said here.
Thank you for doing this, Leslie.
Oh, man. Okay, somebody else take a step.
Well, you're still trying to make the motion. You're still on the record as starting a motion, so go ahead.
Okay, well, okay, I'm looking at the what I have for paperwork here. Okay, make a motion to grant the variance to increase the total coverage of the allowable 15% coverage for an addition on the rear of the house, and to create a new nonconformity on the rear setback, therefore allowing an addition on the property.
Give the size of the addition.
Oh my, 18 by 18 feet.
Yes, 18 by 18, I heard.
Yeah.
which would change the rear setback from the existing 36 down to 18 feet.
Right.
So do we have a second?
Well,
Second,
wait, Paul,
Paul.
what, before you do, the existing was 30, so it's going down to 12, I thought.
No, the current
36.
is 36.
Okay.
Any further clarifications to the motion? Are we all set? If we're all set, John?
How far is
18 feet
Yes.
from the lot line.
that's pathetic.
Lori?
Yes.
Jerry?
Yes.
Leslie?
Yes.
Jackie?
Yes.
And I'll be a yes as well. And so now it goes back to Zoe to explain when what happens next.
No,
That's right.
into
So
that.
thank you. I'm
Okay.
just going to mute everyone who isn't on staff or on the board. Don't forgive me for 1 second. So yes, as mentioned in the previous hearing, there will be the decision has to be drafted and stamped by the town clerk, and then it begins a 20-day appeal period, which upon lapsing, when the decision is recorded in the South Middlesex Registry of Deeds, which is in Cambridge, once that decision is legally recorded, you'll be able to proceed with applying for a building permit, or if there's already a building permit in pending, then it can be processed and issued. So I will be in touch with you over the next couple of days, although with the holiday coming up, it may, we're going to try to not lose any unnecessary time due to the holiday. So we'll get back to you soon, and you can always reach out to me if you have any questions about the next steps.
Zoe, do you mind if I ask one question?
Go ahead.
Sure.
If there's an appeal, what does that process look like?
The appeal will have to be filed with the town within the 20-day appeal period.
Yeah.
And until that appeal is adjudicated, then essentially the process is suspended until the adjudication of that appeal.
Okay.
And so we can talk about that in more detail. I
Yeah.
don't know, Bill, was there anything you wanted to add?
Thank you. I just want to understand if it would, like, we'd essentially go through this process again.
No, I mean, it would essentially, that the appeal would have to be legally resolved, but this process that you've just been through with the board, has now taken place. So the board's finding on the record is what it is.
Okay.
So that part is done essentially.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience. Now we
Thanks,
have
everyone.
some other business kind of things to deal with for board members. And the first thing on the list is minutes from the October 20th, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Have we all reviewed it? Is it okay to get a motion to approve it?
Yes. I make a motion to approve the minutes of the October 20th, 2025 meeting of the Maynard Zoning Board of Appeals.
Do I get a second?
Second.
So, and all in favor, John,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Leslie,
Yes.
Brad? No, he's not here. Jackie,
Yes.
and I'll approve it as well. Great. The other item didn't make the agenda, but it's something that I've been talking with Zoe and Bill about. And that is looking at our bylaws and sort of cleaning them up, because there's some peculiarities, some conflicts, and some other interesting things in it. So what I have done in my spare time is look at trying to reduce conflicts, reduce errors, vagueness, and redundancies. And I've gone through it. There's bunches of notes that I have, and I don't want to bore you guys with a bunch of notes at this time of night. But the point is, I think there's plenty of room for improvement to clean up our bylaws so that they read easier and are more consistent. And I would like to get some help. I mean, Zoe and Bill are interested in what our results might be. And they brought up some more interesting points that I hadn't thought of when I had a discussion with them. But I would like to get one or maybe more folks to help me look over the bylaws and say, you know, why does it say this when over in the next section it says something in conflict with it? So part of it is simply paragraph numbering, because the paragraph numbering scheme changes depending on which section you're looking at. And when they have things like this section, well, what is this section? Is it the 4-digit number, or is it the letter paragraph, or is it the whole bylaw? And silly things like, how do you spell bylaw? I mean, there's grammatical things, there's Scribner's errors, and one that I found when they talk about the fire laws, the fire code, is it's the wrong code. It should have been the DEP code, not the fire code. Minor things like that. So it would be fun project to do that. I don't want to send out my notes yet, because then you get multiple copies flying around when people edit the edited notes. But if we can, you know, put together a small group to sort of look at it section by section and see if what makes sense. I mean, one thing I discovered was they have a line item in the big table of uses for lumber yards, feed stations, and whatever else. And that dawned on me, we haven't had that kind of an event here for the last 100 years, because these kinds of activities have changed over the years, and nobody's gone through the code, the bylaws, and made it all current. I mean, a commercial establishment is a commercial establishment. You need parking spaces and so on and so forth. That's all you need, right? And then it's the kind of activity that's going on. You don't have to spell it out as a lumber yard versus a coal and ice company. Yeah, so just a thought. Any feedback?
Well, I'm up to my belly buttons driving Bill crazy with lighting bylaws, and I'm going to be traveling constantly this year. So personally, I feel like I would have to wait until those two things are no longer.
But do you think it's reasonable to proceed with this, even if you're not active in it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
My question is, how many changes, excuse me, can we make as the Maynard Zoning Board? I mean, I don't know enough about it.
My understanding is there's two kinds of changes. One, if it's a clerical event, Zoe can just do it. If it's something that changes the intent, it goes in front of the town meeting.
Okay. Yeah, that was what I was wondering.
And so we have to be careful what we're trying to do. If it's just renumbering paragraphs because there's confusion, I think that's something Zoe can just handle. But if it's saying we don't need to have a special permit for a coal and ice company, that's something you probably want to go in front of the town vote.
I'd be willing to do something after the clerical stuff is done. You know what I mean? I mean, not to hand it off, Zoe, but if it's something that can be, you know what I mean? So then the stuff that has to be noodled around, I'd be willing to get involved at that point.
Yeah, from our initial discussion about the notes that Paul took on the most recent edition of the zoning bylaws, which, by the way, are now on our website and available in a very limited edition, holographic foil stamped, full color, coil bound print edition. there are a number of things that are very straightforward and they can be clarified and they can probably be adopted as corrections of scrivener's errors. But then there's a decent enough category of things that you could consider more philosophical that have to do with definitions of categories of uses or descriptions of what exactly do we mean by a garage, things like that that are fully substantive, will require the same level of, that will require a public hearing process through the planning board, and then will eventually go to town meeting. So my feeling on this, as I discussed with Bill and with Paul, is that we separate these changes into, we try to winnow them into categories of these things are no-brainers, we can knock them out. These things are actually substantive enough that opinions may differ on how to handle them. And that sounds like what you're saying as well.
And I also wondered if we don't want to define ourselves into a box. You know what I mean? I mean, if a garage is a garage, but then it might not be a garage, and then we run into trouble later because we redefined it.
Right. And the concept of a garage is typically a commercial garage.
Oh, I see what you're saying, like a service station or.
No, like a parking garage.
Oh, parking garage. Okay.
Right?
I just picked the word garage because it's the sort of thing that comes up. Not to pick on garages.
I get it.
And then there's the concept, the spin on a garage when you're talking about garaging a vehicle.
Oh, yes.
Right. And that's in one of these sections of this code, they're talking about cars that are garaged or trucks that are garaged at a commercial establishment. Does that mean, from, let's say, the insurance point of view, that's where they normally hang out? Or is there a building there?
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
So I don't know what the future cases for us or for the planning board, but my thought is that this impacts us, it impacts the planning board, and it would impact some of the other issues of, like the well water zones where you're putting stuff on top of the well, what do you call it? Aquifer. And how that might be controlled better.
Maybe we can approach it in steps. So we, like you said, because that's a big endeavor.
And I think it's time we started it. I don't know how quickly we can do it because, if we're going to commit to a particular town meeting, how much has to happen before it? To be ready with a warrant in front of town meeting to clean up the more particular odds and ends.
Well, let's make a resolution to just, attack it beginning next year.
Yeah, this year sort of run out. So my vision would be, this would be like either a teleconference or a sit down with a screen share to go through and just, take several passes at it. And then Zoe would be there to collect them into different types of edits, whether it's her Scrivener type edits, or if it's something that we need to reflect on in more detail.
Yeah, I also wonder, are there other zoning board bylaws that we have privy to that, like, I would like to scan one of those that has topics like ours and see how they define things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why reinvent the wheel type thing?
Sure. And most other towns' bylaws are available.
Yeah, I can probably look online a little bit, but that would be after the fact, like do the grammatical stuff and then look at the other priorities, you know, I would think.
Yeah. Is there anybody else that would be interested in having fun with this?
I'm wondering, Bill, how does the conversations that we've been having, that Kathy and I have been having with you over lighting, does that fit into this at all, or that's totally a separate thing? Is Bill there?
I can tell you that as the proposed lighting bylaw is not within our current lighting or within our current zoning bylaws.
Right.
It is not a part of that process.
No, it's more related to the landscape regulations of the planning board. Right.
Well, you guys are working on proposing a town bylaw.
Right.
And potentially changes to the planning board's landscape rules and regulations. But the zoning bylaws are yet another regulatory instrument.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul, Jerry here. I'd be happy to get involved, but I have some limitations. I do still chair and will for the next year and a half, the 21-member school building committee.
Yeah, I
And
work
it's
full
got-
time.
Yeah, and there's, we've got a couple of subcommittees from that I'm involved in, construction meetings. So I'm involved in a lot of things, and we still got the senior center committee, not doing much right now, but we're trying to get the final report done. So there's things I'm doing, plus I do still, even in retirement, work. I'm happy to help. I can be a contributor. I'd like to be more forceful than that, but at this time, I think I'd just say, if you need another person, a third or a fourth person, I'm happy to do it. Always happy to hop on a Zoom call. I do all my work on, Zoom or Teams or whatever, all the time. Happy to help.
Yeah, I agree. It just can't be a rush,
No. This is a slow, methodical thing.
Yeah.
Because if you rush it, you're going to screw something up.
Yep.
I'm also available to help depending on what nights you guys plan to meet. I have 2 meetings a month. They're always on a Tuesday and a Thursday. But beyond that, I should be able to help out.
So my suggestion there, Lori, is be to look over the current set of bylaws.
Yeah, I have them open.
And sort of pick out what looks weird. And once you start finding what looks weird, you'll see a lot more.
What if it doesn't look weird to us? That's why I want to see your notes.
Because
say, oh yeah.
part of this happened when we met Lori at town hall the other day, when she asked, what is an S1 versus an S2? And Zoe's answer was, oh, it's the numbers.
Yeah.
And I looked at that and I says, wait a minute, there's something missing here. And if you look at the town map, with the color codes of the different districts, it forms rings. They're broken, but they're rings of development over the years. And so there's a historical content of where S1 came from, S2 came from, and so on. And then if you look at the premise for some of these modern districts and overlay districts, there's a theme in the first preamble paragraph of describing that district as what the intent is of that district. And so, like the 2 cases we heard tonight, what is the theme of an S1 or a general district for residential? And if we could phrase something that says, in a general residential district, we expect small lots that are cozy and antique and historical, or something like that. And then S1 and then S2 is even bigger, the more modern development as the history changed. I don't know what the answer is, but if we could sort of describe what those 3 major residential districts are and toss them into the beginning of the descriptions, that I think would be useful to the general populace. So that's one thing that struck me is, why can't we do that? And just make it more understandable, because I don't know what an S1 is until I study it. And we've had so many of these cases where they're trying to grow an S1 into an S2. Yeah, there's lot size issues where you have border properties, and Brad was doing some work on that to try to clear that up. And this is another approach to that, to try to define what the different districts are. So
I'm just looking online, and that's what a lot of, if people were working with all this, I mean, there are obviously, I mean, I hate to say it, but ChatGPT could help us a lot. Maybe. Because I'm looking right at an S1 residential area definition, and it's very extensive. But if we were to refer to a link, perhaps, to a definition, right? Because the definition is uniform across zoning. Yes. So that might be helpful. Anyway, it's probably not for this time to go into that as much, but those are some of my thoughts.
sure. And I welcome the feedback, because
Mhm.
as I started tearing this apart, I had like 24 apples flying in the air, trying to balance them all and
Yeah.
try to figure out where's the theme? Where am I trying to go with this?
Yeah. Just to make it more understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good goal. And
So-
we're here for the people, right? For the
Yeah.
people that come. So yeah. Yeah.
So we'll pause on that. I just wanted to share with you some ideas that I had. And we'll pick that up in the new year. The other thing that's on my agenda is the rules and regulations of the zoning board. Bill has been pushing me on that. I have not done much on it. I don't know where it stands, whether it's something Bill does, whether I do it, whether Zoe does it. But basically, how we perform in our meetings and behind the scenes for the zoning board.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a document we need to get going on. And I don't know where we stand. Zoe, do you have any insight into that? Or Bill, somebody?
I have something that I started drafting when we had this conversation last that is both a redesign of our public application process and also a procedural guide for members of the ZBA to understand the process, which can help with onboarding of new members, but also is a refresher or a cheat sheet for anyone who might want to understand how understand the hearing processes from start to finish. But nothing but it's really just like a skeleton of sections that I would rather bring as it's outlined to you to y'all to flesh out with what you want to have those things include. So we can talk about, maybe for the in the spring of bringing that outline to before the board and having some working groups on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I appreciate that. The holidays are upon us, and I don't want to do anything right now, but I think we should get something documented on that, hopefully by the spring, because we've been flying low under the radar on this one for quite a while, not having formal rules of how we conduct our business.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, question, or
Yeah.
Zoe, who can answer this one? Are there, pardon my ignorance, I've been on this board for, I think 9 years now. Are there rules and regs written, and are they on the website? Town website?
I think they're contained, excuse me for jumping in, Bill Nemser, planning director. They're contained in the application. I don't know that is appropriate, but there are. That doesn't mean that there can't be a sort of recodified and so on, regulations, and there should be. But in general, the approach is contained in the application itself.
Mm-hmm.
Bill, do you know if those things were ever adopted by the planning board? I'm sorry, by the zoning board?
I believe they were, but don't know that, that's as far as it could go for,
I
the,
think what Bill's referring to is something I might have drafted or helped draft about 20 years ago. And it's just been morphed a little bit, but it's not something that I think we actually voted on.
well, it's easy enough, in my opinion, and I don't want to butt in on Zoe here, but I think that if you find out, a general procedure for the board, it's simple enough to adopt that by a meeting resolution.
Okay. So I think there's plenty of stuff that we can be working on behind the scenes. Are there any cases coming forward in January that you know of?
Yes.
Oh, I was afraid you'd say that.
I imagine it's probably going to be I'm sorry. No, there's only one meeting. So yes, there will be a hearing. There was a hearing tentatively scheduled for the January meeting.
And what is the date of that?
Maybe the 26th, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I
Hang on,
hope, 'cause
I don't know how to use
That's a
Apple
whoops.
computers. I have it Mac
Oh yeah, that's
now,
a
but I don't know
Monday.
how to use it. Hang on.
Yeah, Monday the 26th. I've got 3 meetings already on Monday the 19th.
Yes.
One more won't hurt.
So when did we normally set up for zoning meetings? Was it the third Monday or the fourth Monday?
The 4th.
4th.
Okay, so that would be the 26th.
Yes, it is the
Yep.
26th.
And I wrote down 7. Was tonight 6:30?
No, it was 7.
Oh, it was 7.
Oh, okay. Because I did come in
Yeah.
a late because I left work at 6:30. It's half an hour. So I thought I was going to be right on time, but I just wasn't. Sorry about that. So.
Any other thoughts on my crazy idea of editing the bylaws?
I'd just like to see us step through the, grammatical scribing stuff first, and then if we can revisit it, I'd be willing to, figure out a step 2.
All right. Yeah, there's a bunch of that kind of stuff, and maybe I could sanitize it and take my comments off and just give you a version that's edits, simple edits, and pass that around, see what you think.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful.
I'll do that while I'm on the beach in South Florida.
Will you send it to all of us and we can all make comments?
Yeah, I would send it to Zoe, and then she would distribute it.
Okay.
I don't want to get in trouble by talking out of school. So let the town coordinate with all you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yes, and as you know, not to discuss this process among yourselves in such a way that would violate our open meeting laws.
Well, in addition to, how many members are we? 7?
Yeah,
We
we're
have 7.
full board right now. Brad's the
Right,
only one missing.
So 7. So you can really only have a subcommittee or a working group of 3 people. Because you get more than that, then you could have more, but then you have to post a meeting.
Well, we'll
right?
probably be 3 at one time.
Yeah, that's it. Because once you go to 4, you're a majority and you get a quorum.
The thing that I'm looking at is my edits to the bylaws would be impactful to planning board and the water resources people, whatever. So I'm wondering if getting some of those groups involved so they understand what we're trying to do.
Or maybe after the fact.
Well,
so it doesn't muddy everything up, because then we could do before and after, and then they could look at it, and then that would allow them a jump start anyway.
The planning board is the owner of the zoning bylaws. And so whatever is proposed or whatever arises out of the ZBA or individual members' comments will be brought to a meeting of the planning board. It'll be go through it'll be posted through a public hearing process. If it's a scrivener's error, not necessarily, but if it's a substantive amendment or change to the bylaws, then it'll go through the planning board. And they will make of it what they will, including and whoever is in attendance at those meetings or whoever wants to bring input into those meetings will also have, may comment on that. And it also will probably be routed internally by staff to other departments like DPW and, conservation and any other stakeholders. But it does eventually land with the planning board as the, at the end of the process, or the town meeting at the end of the process, but it goes to the planning board.
What I was thinking, Zoe, is if somebody from that group is involved with our technical comments, not the Scrivener comments necessarily, but the technical comments, when they go back to their full planning board discussions, they'll have somebody there that can interpret what we've been trying to do, rather than hitting them blind as to, why are they changing this to that?
I mean, I think you might be looking into, well, I mean, I'll do my best as a staff representative to try to translate where necessary, but also, I mean, I don't think there's any issue if you want to reach out to any members of the planning board to discuss individual items. I mean, but I think in my opinion, there's value in keeping the silos a little bit separate to start with, just so that everybody is a bit independent in their view of these things. And then once we have a list of ideas, suggestions, modifications to make, then we bring it to the next phase, and then maybe they say, hey, what did they mean by this? And we can come back and say, can you clarify that? Just so that we keep the independence of each board unquestioned. And the thought process from each board to...
You guys are in charge.
That's right.
I'm just a questioner, but you guys are in charge. So appreciate your time this evening, guys. I think it was a very productive evening. We have some very happy applicants, and we have things to do in the new year. So
how's your foot?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I get the medal out in May, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, but thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah, no skiing though. I won't be skiing. They said I could, but it's not really recommended.
No.
Next year.
So with that, I guess I need a motion to do something.
Make a motion to close the meeting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So with that, have a great holiday season, everybody.
Yes.
You too.
And
Everyone.
We'll see you next year.
Yeah, and
Jerry, you might get a visitor in Florida.
Yeah, I'm in Southwest Florida, Fort Myers.
what's the
Give me a
address?
call.